Hello everyone.
Hi.
We are doing a game called Little Witch Story. I know nothing about this other than that it's, well, I know that you can be polyamorous. I know that there's magic and that people don't like witches or something, and that the magic is genetic. I read the FAQ for it as well.
All that I knew was about the fact that you can be,
Polly.
yeah. And you told me about the Imagineggs today.
Yeah. Welcome to Little Witch Story, a game about being different. At its core, Little Witch Story is a game about making choices. Each choice you make will have consequences, and you help to shape the story and the world around you. Also, by the way, this game is free as well, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Click here to begin. A lot has changed in last year. After the growing suspicion that a magical sub-community existed, a discovery was made, the ability to identify the magic gene through a simple blood test. All of a sudden, there was scientific proof for magic. Forced into responding, the magical community had no choice but to reveal themselves. For the first time, the world was introduced to witches. People who had spent their whole lives hiding were suddenly thrust into the spotlight, and the world demanded to know everything about them. Now, a little over 12 months later, things have calmed down, but not exactly improved. Legally, witches are in a gray area. Their DNA is slightly different to the average human, and there are those who argue that they aren't human, and therefore aren't entitled to human rights. All across the world, the first wave of legal cases are still underway. It is unclear just exactly what witches are capable of. Despite experimentation, their magic has proven difficult to categorize or explain. People are afraid, wondering what this means for the future of humanity and for themselves. The question is, where do you fit in? Where do you fit in?
It fits in the being blue.
You fit into yourself.
Yep.
This is also made with twine, which is what I use to make. Like I'm making a genetics thing. Yeah, where you can breed things.
Echo dramatically.
Genetics things. Okay, so chapter 1. It's in the blood. At the beginning of this school year, your high school introduced a magical student pathway, a special set of classes for witches. While the magical community responded positively, the decision was controversial. There were several complaints made by parents of non-magical students. Yours were among them. Are we non-magical then? Well, actually, I know that we can't be non-magical because in the FAQ it said, why can't I get to pick my magic? And they're like, that's not how it works. You have to learn about your magic. You can't just pick what you want to do.
Yeah.
So, a compromise was reached. In order to allow witches to attend school, they have to be visibly marked at all times. That doesn't sound great. That sounds like it's opening a pathway to bullying.
Yeah. It does.
That would be like, imagine if, like, you were at a public school and you had to have a mark on your hand or whatever if you were gay. Like, I can just imagine how horrendous that would turn out for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Unless they were in a really, really accepting community. They wear a different uniform, and the office maintains a list of names and photographs of all current student witches for anyone to browse. This is a terrible idea.
Yeah. They'll wash again what not wash it, their ideas are terrible, basically.
Yes.
Their ideas suck.
Yeah. Though decried as unfair, dehumanizing, and barbaric by the magical community, there was little they could do. Very few schools would accept, magical students. Excuse me again. There are only 6 witches enrolled at your school. You don't even know their names. Mostly they keep to themselves, and that's the way everyone likes it. Truthfully, though, you don't really give them much thought. High school is giving you enough to worry about with adding more drama to it. I'm guessing it means without adding more drama to it. Like your maths homework, for example. You really should finish that. It's due tomorrow. This is our first choice. Oh my. You can say, fine, I'll finish my homework, or fuck that, I'm reading a book. I'm just gonna sleep.
What would you do?
I hate math. Well, I don't hate math. I just am not I'm not good with numbers. But, I mean, I'll probably try to finish it.
Yeah, I suck at the math. I don't see, like, honestly, for me, that I don't see the point in myself learning a whole bunch of math whenever I'm not really going to need all of that fancy, like, complicated.
Well, yeah, if you're talking about the really complicated stuff, yeah. Obviously, basic stuff is needed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I'll try to finish it.
I would say there are some things that there are some careers who are saying that people are going to need that, but
yeah,
it should be dependent on what people actually want to end up doing.
Yeah. Somehow you manage to get your homework done on time. Whether it's good or not is another matter. At least you have something to hand in. You get to class just in time and slip quietly into your seat between your 2 best friends, June and Ellie. Or Eli, maybe. I'm not sure what name do you like better, Ellie or Eli?
Eli.
Eli? Okay. The teacher arrives just after you, and you breathe a sigh of relief. That was a close one, Kay, June whispers, smirking at you. I didn't do a whisper. Okay. That was a close one, Kay. At least you beat the teacher this time, Eli adds. What kept you? Do you want to... we can shrug, say my alarm didn't go off, I missed the bus, or it just keeps happening, I think I'm cursed. It just keeps happening makes me think of, meme, where, they just keep on falling down the stairs.
Yeah.
So, do we want to not give a comment, say that our alarm didn't go off, say that we missed the bus, or do a meme?
Do a meme!
Yeah! I fell down the stairs for at least 3 hours today. You 3, the teacher interrupts sternly, standing right in front of you. No talking in class. Mr. Williams is a tall, sinister-looking man with graying hair and murky brown eyes. He seems to be perpetually in a sour mood. Also, we didn't really acknowledge that it showed our friends on screen. There was someone in a cute dress, who I would guess is June, and then someone in, like, a tie and stuff, which I would guess is Eli. Sorry, Eli says, shrinking back into his chair. Won't happen again, June agrees, though the expression in her eyes says anything but, is anything but compliant. See that it doesn't, the teacher intones severely before walking back to the front of the classroom. Good one, Kay, June hisses through an amused smile. You got us into trouble. You asked us!
Yeah, we were just answering a question.
Yeah, we were...
You guys were talking false.
Yeah. Dude, that was obviously your fault, Eli tells her, his voice a loud whisper.
I was pointing at the computer, so I said the computer started it.
It was June, though. Yeah, Eli has our back. They're like, it was obviously your fault.
Yeah.
So tell them to shut up or say nothing and focus on your work. I mean, I wouldn't tell them to shut up.
Yeah.
So I guess focus on work?
Yeah.
It also said that every single choice matters, which I don't know if that's Walking Dead style, where it's basically going to turn out the same way, or if it's actually something that changes stuff.
Yeah.
That's it, you three, out in the hallway, the teacher snaps. I didn't say anything. We literally said we weren't going to say anything. You look up, ready to protest, but for some reason your mouth won't move. Your entire body feels frozen. What? Okay.
I'm so terrified because this...
yeah, I guess I would be terrified of, like, this old guy who's being very angry at me for doing nothing.
I'd be scared too.
Yes. An emotion, it seems entirely subconscious. You stand and walk to the classroom door. June and Eli look surprised, but after hesitating briefly, they stand to follow you. The class has already resumed without you. God, what a tool, June complains as Eli shuts the classroom door behind you. Talk about an overreaction. Oh, I think that was her saying it. Talk about an overreaction. You didn't even do anything, Kay. You should have said something, Eli adds. Thank you.
Yeah.
Tell them why you didn't, or make something up. So, why wouldn't we be honest?
Yeah, tell
your friends the truth.
Yeah.
Don't lie to your friends.
Yeah, I don't like lying.
I wanted to, but I couldn't, you say, trying to find a way to explain it that makes sense. What, you chickened out? No, it was more like something was stopping me, you tell them. My mouth wouldn't work. What do you mean wouldn't work? Eli asks, sounding concerned. I would be concerned.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just wouldn't. And then my feet were just sort of carrying me out here, you say. That's pretty fucking weird, June says. Are you feeling okay? Eli asks, reaching out to touch your forehead. I'm fine, you say as you back away. There is a sharp pain in your side as you collide with someone, and a thump as they drop to the floor, the contents of a bag spilling out around you. Okay.
Yeah. Just bump someone.
This makes me think of, why is it that every time people bump into each other in fiction, then the person who bumped into them is the one that falls down? Surely it would be the person that you're bumping into. Or was it that we were backing away and then and that's why we collide with someone? Because then it would make sense.
I think that's what it was.
Okay, that makes more sense. I don't like it's just weird. Because, especially in role plays and stuff.
Well, there was, I think they told you about this, so I'm not sure, where I had a character who was she was this tiny girl. And then the other person had this big buff guy. He bumped into one and he fell back.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense unless she has a magic force field around her.
When she doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so do we apologize and help them out, or tell them to watch where they're going?
Apologize?
Of course. Even if someone else bumped into me, I would probably apologize.
Me too.
Just because it's a natural reaction, not because I would actually have to.
Yeah.
Oh, they're cute.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, you say, offering them a hand. She is surprisingly small, with silvery lilac hair and dark eyes. She reaches up to grab your hand, and you can see her short nails are painted despite school regulations. You feel a rush of an unfamiliar feeling when she touches you. Okay. I would need more specification on that.
Yeah, because we don't know what kind of feeling it is that for all we know, it could just be a really awful. Yeah.
That could be the feeling. So, also, I think that they're one of the witches because they have a different school uniform.
Yeah.
Or actually, it says she, so I guess she. For just a second, it looks as if her eyes flashed a vibrant purple color, and she pulls away as soon as she's back on her feet. She turns bright red and begins to gather up her things. Before you can help, she's shoved it all into her bag and runs off without saying anything.
I would probably be like that. Not because I wouldn't be trying to be rude. I would just be like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing. I need to do something.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
Well, that was weird, June says, watching her disappear around a corner. Probably doesn't feel good to be outnumbered, Eli observes. What do you mean, June asks. Huh? She's a witch, Eli says. Don't you see her uniform? Oh yeah, June says, sounding impressed. You can't shake the image of her face when she touched you out of your head. Oh. Okay, you can't get that image out of your head, okay. The expression on her face was so shocked, uncomfortable, scared, it was impossible to tell. Oh. Yeah, that sounds like me. Maybe she has anxiety.
Yeah.
Oh, she left these behind, Eli says, holding a book and a student ID. We should take them to her. Just hand them to the office, June says. You can offer to take them to her or say nothing.
Take them to her, I think.
Well, it's a student ID which she needs right away. So, yeah. Also, I'm sorry, the screen, I didn't realize that it would go down this far, so it's cut off. I'll fix that next episode. So yeah, let's take them to her. I can probably still catch her, you say, taking the book and card from Eli. To your surprise, the book feels warm, and it feels strangely energetic in your hand, like it's vibrating without actually moving.
Whoa, weird. Yeah, that would be weird.
Yeah.
That's an understatement.
Yeah.
What's weird? Eli asks, looking confused. The book, you say. It feels weird, warm and stuff. Huh? It's just a normal book, Eli says. No way! Touch it, you insist, and both Eli and June place their hands on it. Feels normal to me, June says, pulling her hand back. Yeah, it's really just a book, Kay, Eli says, and a concerned expression creeping onto his face. The book still feels strange to you. Do we give it back to Eli or follow the witch?
I mean, I wouldn't back down from giving her student ID at the very least.
Yeah. I'd be like, this book feels weird. I'm not going to give it to her.
Yes. What if it's trapped? What if she takes it and secretly it was planted there by someone who wants to hurt her?
You take off after the witch, hoping to catch her before she disappears. As you run, you read the name on her ID. It just says Mira, no surname. That's odd, you think. I mean, it might be a little odd, but not like the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh my god, that's ridiculous.
Also, I'm not...
Do you think it would be a invasion of privacy to read someone's, like, information on their school ID?
Yeah, I think it would.
I feel like it would.
Yeah.
As you turn the corner you saw her go down, you feel a hand clamp down on your elbow and drag you into an empty classroom. Mira shuts the door behind you, her eyes practically shining. They are undeniably a bright violet color. What the hell are you doing? She demands, an angry expression plastered across her face. That did not sound very angry, but...
Yeah.
You drop these, you say, offering her the book and the ID. She snatches them from you, but she's still glaring at you. You know what I'm talking about, she snaps. I really don't, you know. Huh? Or, what are you talking about? All of those are basically the same.
Yeah.
I would probably just go, huh?
Yeah.
Like, huh?
What? What are you talking about?
Please. Almost immediately, her expression softens. She regards you carefully, and a cautious look of curiosity replaces the anger. Do you really not know? Or do you just think none of us would be able to tell? She asks, but it doesn't sound like an accusation. Your helpless expression seems to be enough for her. She sighs and takes a step towards you. She's looking at you like you're a helpless puppy. You're a witch, she says. I knew it.
Yeah.
Mostly because I read the FAQ, but...
What? That's impossible. How do you know?
Or say nothing. Yeah, just... You're a witch.
And that's your
Comment.
reaction.
No comment.
How do you know, I guess? What do you think?
Yeah, how do you know?
I guess you don't really know much about us, huh? She asks, sitting on a desk and swinging her legs idly. Alright, I guess I need to catch you up then. She looks down at her feet while she bites her bottom lip, apparently thinking about what to say next. First of all, witches can always sense one another. Usually we can do it from a distance, but it's possible to hide it, so it's only obvious from a touch. That's what I thought you were doing. You look at her, wondering why you can't sense her. If you're a witch, like she says, shouldn't you be able to? Wondering why you can't sense me? She asks, grinning. I'm hiding it too, but you felt it when you touched me, right? I guess that was the the feeling that you've never felt before.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yes.
Let me. Sorry, I lost my place. You nod. Also, I'm assuming your parents aren't witches, right? Yeah, apparently they hate witches or something.
Yeah, apparently.
You nod again, so as far as you know, they're completely normal. It's not hereditary. Nobody really knows what causes it. But I also don't think it really matters. We exist. That should be enough. I mean... that would imply... like, if there's a gene for it, then it should be hereditary. It might be a super, super, super recessive gene or something. But... like, if it's a gene, then usually, unless it's mutated, like, so it's unless it only comes about through mutation, then it would probably be hereditary. It's just not, like, it might just be really rare or something. To your surprise, she drops down from the table, walks up to you, and wraps her arms around you. After giving you an affectionate squeeze, she pulls back, blushing a little. Why did you hug us? I don't know about you, but I don't hug people I just met.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe she's trying to be reassuring or something?
Maybe.
She's cute, though.
Yeah, she is.
I'm more comfortable with that than if it was a guy, at least.
Yeah.
Probably just because she seems like she's, like, trying to be nice, not creepy.
Yeah.
That was to say, welcome, she says, not making eye contact. There aren't a lot of us, but we try to look out for each other. We can thank her, say nothing, or blush. I would probably be flustered, but I would say thank you, because she's being nice.
Yeah.
So, like, between thank you and blush, I guess. So anyway, she says, still looking embarrassed, if you like, I could show you, you could come check out our club. I'm sure the others would love to meet you, and she catches your eye and bites her lip, suddenly uncomfortable. Once you register, you're probably going to lose a lot of friends, she says apologetically. It's part of why we stick together. You won't have to be completely alone. Yeah. This is terrible, and it does make me think a lot about, like, coming out as gay or things like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's a metaphor for, like, kind of a metaphor for not necessarily just being gay, but for anything that might, like, that people aren't accepting of, even though it's fine.
Yeah. And besides, I don't think we want to be friends with people.
Well, yeah. Like, good riddance, really.
Yeah.
The idea of registering hadn't even occurred to you, but you really should have. If she's right, and you really are a witch, the school requires you to register with them. You'll have to wear a different uniform, and your name and photo will be added to the book. Everyone will know. You look at her. She's the only one that knows. If she doesn't say anything, nothing has to change. You can keep on being normal. Would she keep a secret for you, though? Agree to register or ask her to keep it a secret. I mean,
first of all, I don't think that she would have any reason to go out and tell a bunch of people. I think she would probably understand if we didn't want to. But, and, like, there's no way for the school to know that you knew about it. But I don't know, do we want to register or not? I don't think that it would be I don't think that it would necessarily be a problem if we kept it a secret, but I don't know if we should or not. Like, especially considering we just were like, we don't want friends like that anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we should register.
Alright.
Even if the thing where you have to have, like, a mark and all that stuff is kind of...
Yeah, kind of weird. You're right. I should really do this right away, you say, feeling very nervous. It's reassuring to know that you'll have support, but you can't help but wonder how the people you care about will react. Will June and Eli still want to be friends? If they don't, they're not good friends.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you're gonna change as a person. You just found out you're a witch.
Yeah.
They'll do a proper test to make sure, she says. Once it's confirmed, there are a few steps they'll put you through before you get to the uniform and stuff. Oh, and they'll also let your parents know. Let me know if you want someone to be there with you and you have that conversation with them. That is, it's nice, but to me that seems a little bit overstepping boundaries where you're just like, I will be there for you whenever you tell your parents about this person I just met and don't even know the name of.
Yeah.
Because she didn't ever ask her name.
Yeah.
I wish I'd had that choice. She smiles reassuringly at you and helps calm you just a little. Knowing your parents, they probably won't take it well. We have a club meeting after school in D2. Stop by if you'd like. You'll be more than welcome, and I promise nobody will say anything until it's official. Now, we should both get back to class. Come find me if you need anything, okay? Oh, and I'm Mira, by the way. With that dazzling smile, she leaves you alone in the classroom. End of chapter 1. She never asked her name.
Yeah.
Chapter 2 is the Witches Club, and we'll do that next time.
Yeah.
Bye!
Bye. I'm giving thumbs up.
Good job.